My name's Chuck. Formerly I went by the pseudonym only Van, but Chuck is my real name.
You're setting these frequencies in here. I've tried to commit suicide twice now. I've killed myself already.
Trying to do one thing, get the word out about one thing: organized stalking. That, by the way, is supposedly Pascal Paradise, who I think is supposedly one of my stalkers or harassers. I don't quite understand it all. I'll have to be the first to admit. What do they do to you to stalk you? Continual harassment. It changes, but, and it's changed over the almost 2 years that I've been wise to it. But the fact that I got wise didn't stop them. It increased it, if anything. They be where they know you're going to go. Some pretty sick dudes, really. Bumping into you, stepping out in front of you, flash mobbing you. A tremendous amount of work into the smallest head screw. That in itself is pretty unbelievable. In fact, let me write that concept down. That's something that I want to talk about one day. What do you think that video I sent is about? Did you listen to it? I listened to the first minute or so. It looked like it was a harasser talking to a target that was almost driven over the edge. But it could have been an acting job too. I don't know. I don't have the time to listen to everything people send me. Plus, one way you know, I wish there were a few of them in there. Yeah, that was Pascal Paradise, was the owner of that channel, and he is, I guess, one of my stalkers, because his name has come up from time to time, like making fun of TIs. Yeah. A little less chat. Key to freedom. Let's give Lee and Guest 4 a chance to type something in. So let's type less. A whole lot less. So that you don't take over the chat room, which you have pretty much done, but not that they were saying much. But if here's the deal: if somebody shows up and wants to talk, I don't want them to be flooded away by you. That's one thing I learned early on is about that. Yeah, some pretty sick dudes.
I guess just two comments I would make on that. Going back to the North Hollywood bank robbery, I believe at the time LAPD standard issue. Well, they carried the Beretta 92.
I don't know about you, man. I got a little bit of a perp problem. Let's make the lines, each line correctly spelled and with no hellos or anything like that. Let's have them do with stalking. That's what this show's about. So this is Chuck. Lee says you're interested in the topic, even though you can't claim to be a victim of stalking. Well, count your blessings. Evidently, I'm kind of like I'm having the same realization. Let me tell you a story, Lee. There was this watering hole that I used to go into about 11 o'clock at night or midnight. After the news, I guess it was like 11:20, 11:30. And I'd have one, maybe two beers, and I'd watch the big screen TV. And this one night, there was nobody in there but me. So the barmaid came over and sat next to me, sat across the table. So we watched the big screen TV and watched probably the race cars. And since it was just her and I told her I was being harassed. And by the way, that was before I had wised up to the term organized stalking yet. And so I told her I was being harassed, because that's what I knew it as, and I couldn't find it on the internet, by the way, because you can't find it under harassment. But I knew I was being effed with. And she said, well, have they ever tried to hurt you bodily? You know? And I said, no. You know? I said, no, they haven't. Yeah, I never really thought about it. You just assume that they're going to F with you bodily. And then what I did is I got in, and so I walked out of there like 10 feet tall. So I thought, God, they're not going to F with me. That's amazing. They're not going to F with me. So then I started getting in their face relentlessly. Not picking a fight or anything like that, just started snapping back at them verbally, only verbally. In their face, I meant verbally in their face. And then I did get 2 or 3 death threats like that. Really angry death threats. You know? And I never, I just hadn't expected that